Happy Monday. Hello, everybody. And I am so happy that you guys are all coming to hang out with me today. I'm going to go ahead and be honest up front. I'm tired. I did not get hardly any sleep last night. Don't know what the deal was, but yeah. Want to welcome in Bella Kurz. Bella Kurzy over on TikTok. So I am streaming to YouTube and to Twitch and to TikTok right now. And I've got the TikTok chat pulled up so I can see it because I've got all of you guys combined into another one. And I don't know why it doesn't work for TikTok. Maybe I have to set something. I'm going to go ahead and check that real quick and see if maybe I just didn't have it turned on. I thought I did. I thought I turned on all the things. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I am just a little bit wiped. Oh, well, thank you, honey. Norma says that I look good. I'm going to just type something in over there and see if it works. Because on TikTok, it shows when somebody joins the live stream. So when somebody pops into it, even though they pop right out before you get a chance to say hi. Because of the whole scrolling thing, right? Because I've done that. But no, it doesn't look like it pops into my chat. So that's okay. I will figure that one out. That's just another tech thing, right? So yeah, I don't know what it was. I think something I ate last night just did not agree with me. It gave me very bad acid reflux. So yeah, I kind of got up at around 2. Yeah. And didn't go back to bed until 7 because I was fighting with, I was actually working on a video that's going up tomorrow. We've got a new video going up tomorrow for Pear Blossom Press. That is one of my, my design team things. And I'll give you a sneak peek because it's so cute. Sneak peek. And yes, it does light up. And it's got confetti all over it, and I think it's adorable. Anyway, that's the video that's going to be going up for tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And I was editing it yesterday, and I thought everything was fine, and I set it to process. And hey, Terry Cooper, you decided to come over and say hello in the, well, you didn't say hello yet, but you joined me over on TikTok. Now you said hello, and you sent me a heart. Yeah, I don't know how to do the overlays and stuff into OBS yet, so I'll figure that one out too. Anyhow, thank you, honey. I appreciate you. Cordelia said had to go away a minute. My boss came in expecting me to do some actual work. I understand that one. So I was fighting with Power Director for hours this morning because it's like halfway, it's like I've got almost, hello ASMR, welcome. Oh, it did pop in. Oh my goodness. I can see I can see your comment in my Social Stream Ninja feed that it feeds all the yay, that's so good. Okay, anyway, it's a new thing. I will be doing more things over on TikTok. It's probably going to do some dedicated streams over there too, because I'm just learning the platform, right? Yes, thank you. So we are going to be looking at new things from Spellbinders today. Now, I've only got one of the collections. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to look at the website because there we go. It's like, you don't need to look at my keyboard. Anyway, we're going to look at the website. There we go. I like that. And I've also got, where'd I put it? I have the QR code to access Spellbinders website using my affiliate link, so it's right there. I think I may take my face down if it's taking up too much of the screen, because yeah. But anyway, this is the Spellbinders website. Not only are there new things for the clubs, there's also some sales going on. Of course, they always have a great sale going on. So be sure to get my affiliate link, and I would love it if you would use that when you're shopping over there. It does help me out just a little bit. Every time you make a purchase over there, it doesn't cost you anything additional, but it does help me out and helps me keep my channels going. Okay, so first off, we're going to look at the new arrivals because that's the new collections, right? So that's going to be under here, and we're looking at February because we already did January. January was fabulous. Okay, so one thing, I didn't get some of the things. We've got, yes, I know. Okay, we've got international sentiments. I did not get that because I'm in the US and the sentiments I get work well for me, okay? But there is a new international sentiments collection, okay? With lots of fun. Joyeux anniversary? Yeah, I can't say anything. Yeah, it's a thing. Oh, thank you, Terry Cooper. You decided to share the live over on Twitch. Thank you. Hello, Miss Ruth. So I know that some of you guys have said for a while, I wish they had such and such sentiment in such and such language, right? Because you do international and different things like that. So we've got French, we've got German, we've got Italian. Let me see if I can do my other button. Oh, it's not working right now. I will figure that out too. My Zoom to mouse is not working. Okay, so we've got French, German, Italian, Spanish. Then we've got German. Okay, so that's BetterPress. Then we've got stamps and dies. Yes, German, French, Italian, and Spanish. And then this is another sweet collection that I did not get. It is the Farm registration plates. So these are the BetterPress plates that you can do multiple colors because they tell you exactly how to line them up so you can get results like this lovely picture here. So that one is super cute. I'm just pulling it up so you guys can see the picture a little bit better. So yeah, it's where you can, this one would be run through 1, 2, 3, blue, red, green, black, yellow. So 5 times. Looks like it would be run through 5 times and it would line up perfect so that you could get all those fun colors. And you don't have to use the colors that are there, but anyway, I think that is super fun. And then what else? So that was international, and then we had Justine's Farm and On the Farm collections. So we've got those. This one's some really cute little dies. I did not get that. I basically got one collection. Okay, so a lot of this stuff I do not have, but they are stinking adorable. Like, how cute is that little cow? And we have a sheep, and we have a pig, and we have a chicken. So those are cute. The one that I did get was the one Susan Tierney. So this one is going to be the Through the Meadow collection. I'll go ahead and pull that one up, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. What's it just saying? I want to look. We got new tools. I of course want to see all the things because, like, yeah. So new tools. Oh, a centerline measuring tape. I did see a picture of that, and it's not popping up right now on my screen. And we have new book rings, so that's fun. And then the Just Saying collection. I believe that one is speech bubbles, which is fun because I did have something that was speech bubbles, and it's been a while. And this is just not wanting to show the things. How can I do a refresh from here without having to hit the refresh button? Nope. Let's get out of full screen and hit the refresh. I'm trying to make it look right. Anyway, it is what it is. Isn't tech wonderful? Okay, it's not wanting to show up on my page. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to do instead, you've had that problem with their site for a while. Yeah, I think it has to do with caching because I've had some issues on my own website having to do with caching. I am in the process of doing a complete rework, and hopefully you guys are going to like it once I get it done. And I've noticed a couple of things that happened that weren't supposed to, like a coupon code used after it was expired. I have no idea why that happened. It's only happened once, and now I got to fix it. But it is what it is, right? Okay, just checking and checking and checking. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and come back to my desk. And then we can take a look at the things that I have in my stash. Okay? And that is too bright. Let me fix the lighting again because I fixed it earlier. And why is it? There we go. Okay, this looks better. This looks better. Okay, so what I've got are the things from the Susan Tierney Into the Meadow, and one that's not in its sleeve because I was playing with it this morning. And most of these I have not done anything with yet. I'm going to go ahead and just let you know. I have not done anything with the dimensional flowers. What I normally do with the dimensional flowers is I will watch Susan Tierney's video and then I will work from it. And that's how I know exactly for that specific leaf what she recommends doing to get it to have that realistic look. Now you can do whatever you want to with them, but she is also a gardener. She's created these based on the actual flowers, so she also knows how to make the paper behave the way she wants it to do. And sometimes you use different techniques for that. Hey, Miss Adelaide. So we've got Lavender Mountain Daisy. We've got Bachelor Button. We've got Milkweed. We've got Chinese Meadow Rue. And then we have Spiderwort and we have Painted Daisy. I do not plan on working with any of these today because I have not practiced with them yet. Okay, what I do plan on doing is showing you the cards that I've made so far. You guys already saw the thumbnail for the video that has all the things. You know, I made like 7, and then I've made more since then because I keep having another idea. Like one thing this morning while I was fighting with my computer is like, here's another idea. I think I want to do that. So I decided to try it. And then, yeah. Susan Cotton, yes, she does make some fabulous flowers. The only downside to doing those dimensional flowers in my mind, because they are beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. And I got really great results the very first time I tried it. And I've never done dimensional flowers before I did some with her dies. Okay, just saying. I got some fabulous results. The problem is when you try to mail them, you can't unless you put them in a box. Thank you, Terry Cooper. And then if you want to, even if you want to hand deliver them, you still have to make sure you put them in a good enough box. Like if you're going out of state, like I did. I went to Austin and took some of the flowers with me to give to my mother-in-law. And I had to try to kind of floof them back up because to me they look like they got smushed in the mail. So these cards here, you can see I've got a stack. These are all using this lovely embossing folder. And some of these were actually inspired by the summit that was just passed. And yeah, I was watching a lot of videos that weekend and I did a lot of these cards during that. They are better hand delivered. I got some clear presentation boxes for them. Okay, Shelly, what you need to do, honey, is you need to, underneath the video, I think you can post a link down there. You won't be able to post a link in the chat, but if you're able to, post a link in the comments of the video after the fact as to where you got those from. Hopefully it's in the United States and I can find something similar. Thing is, I don't really have anybody local to give them to. The only person I want to give them to is my mother-in-law. And she's in Ohio. And I'm in Florida. I know this is gorgeous. And during the summit, one of the cards, can't remember who it was that did it. It may have been Justine. Who was it? Somebody did one where they had, no, maybe it was Brandy. I don't remember, but it was Brandy. It was Brandy. Sorry about that. Oh, no worry. If you can even show me, if you can even post a link to it at all, I'll be able to find something. I'm really good at searching the internet. You may not have seen my command center here. I need to post a picture into the regular Facebook group, but I've got 3 monitors up. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture right now. And maybe I'll post it in the Discord of the this thing so that you guys can see kind of what I'm working with. So I've got 3 monitors and my keyboard and my Stream Deck and then my crafting space and all the things are all right here. So it's, yeah, I'm usually looking at something. And I will share that elsewhere, but that's my command center. I think that's what I'm going to call it since Jay just said during the summit and in the summit, I think it's a private Facebook group during the Create With Your Crafty Stash Summit from Justine. Jay had said that he thought that I could probably launch the space shuttle from here. And I want more stuff. I'm just lucky. My husband is one that, he gives me his hand-me-down everything. It's like, if he decides he needs a new monitor for something, then I get his old one. And he has some bigger ones right now. Anyway, this, I think, is just an absolutely fabulous embossing folder, and I made a bunch of cards with it. So here's one that is super sweet and simple. I don't use off. Absolutely, absolutely. Terry is saying, let me use this while I have it up here. Terry says she could post a link in general chat in your Discord. Absolutely. Just say what it's about and the link, and that would be perfect. Terry, could you also type in / Discord to give her the link? Because I don't think she's in our Discord group yet. But that way, you know, you can communicate with all of us and we have a good time. Yeah. And then she says that she said the Craft Your Stash Summit was amazing and so inspirational. Absolutely. And you know what? After the fact, you know, while I'm watching things, it's like, I wasn't really happy with what I did for that one, because I understood the instructions to be, well, what we were told is we needed to use 5 products or less in our project. And my brain, I don't work that way. I was like, okay, sometimes I pull like 3 different die sets together to work together. And I believe in pulling from your stash and doing all the things. Use something new, something old, put a new spin on it, you know, whatever. But trying to make my brain narrow it down to just 5 was difficult. So I did it. And I loved the card that came out of it, but it was a very simple card. And some of the folks in the summit were doing really, in my mind, more advanced techniques, wonderful cards, and showing wonderful ways that aren't really difficult to do it. Because in my mind, this is not rocket surgery. We can all do this. It just takes a little bit of practice. Okay. So here's the first one, just embossed. And then I did some inking over the top. I think it turned out so pretty. And this is the BetterPress. I do have the BetterPress sentiments. So I've got that. Okay. This one I'm going to be one of the last ones I show because, yeah, we've got a class coming up on Saturday. So I'm going to be doing one of the cards in here is the inspiration one for that. Here's another same. Okay. Here's the thing. This is the same folder. 2 cards out of 1 run through. 2 completely different looks. Okay. This one is this direction. Okay. I just basically did the same thing, turned it on side, and did a different color of ink and some of Simon Hurley's Astro Paste over that to make it all nice and pretty and glittery, and then added some gems. These are my favorite colors too. So added some gems, and that I think turned out fabulous. Okay. Oh, that one's another one I got to wait on. Okay, these 2 are, in my mind, kind of special too. The last 4 here, actually 5, or do I have a 6th? Do I have a 6th? Oh no, I have, okay. So one thing that someone had shown me recently, or rather I had seen on a video, was someone using embossing powder through heated up embossing powder through an embossing folder, which I still need to do. But the result that she got made me think, you know, that looks a lot like what I did when I played with Simon Hurley's solar paste. Okay. So I did some more with the solar paste, and that's this one. So these 2, the 2 flowers here, I put inside, I did just the solar paste, no cardstock, just inside the embossing folder, let it completely dry, peeled it out, then, you know, cleaned up the edges and did it over an embossed panel. It was basically done the same way that those were. And this time I went and used a little bit more up. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Sherry. Absolutely. I totally get that. And I want to teach as much as I can. And sometimes it's hard for us who have been doing it a little while to remember, okay, what is actually simple and what is hard? Because a lot of this, in my mind, a lot of it is pretty easy. It is easy. It's not necessarily simple, but, you know, I want to help you learn and help you guys get, I want to help you get what you want. I want to help you get the results that you want. So we've got 4 cards. My face is in the way. Okay, the embossing folder is going to go out of the way. We've got the cards. Here we go. So those are the first 4. Now, one thing I wanted to do was, oh, this one, I know, this turned out so cool. And it's basically combining a couple of different techniques or a couple of different products and making something different. Okay, so I love that one. Now, this one is one that I kind of use the blackout technique. Now, blackout technique has kind of been something I've been wanting to do more. I actually struggled with embossing folders because I didn't realize you could do all the other things with them. I'm thinking, you know. Thank you, Miss Patty. Patty says, I just love this card. Thank you, hun. Okay, so this one is, instead of embossed, see, all of these have got, the flowers are raised. This one has got it debossed. It's basically where we turned the paper over. Okay, and then colored it up and then went over the raised part. Instead of going over it with black, I went with one of Simon Hurley's blue inks. This one's Midnight Snack. Didn't go over it completely, and then I did some splatter on there so it kind of looks like denim. I think this one turned out so super cool. Okay, so these are all ones that I made during the summit. Now, these next two are ones that were, actually, all three of these are inspired by something that I saw at the summit, okay? One of them was that I love Tiffany. Who's that? Hey, Sharon! Check in and running in the background on YouTube. Yes. So Miss Sharon is on both YouTube and on Twitch right now. So thank you so much, honey. So this one was one where Tiffany Solario, she's fabulous. She does all things inky. She uses spray, she uses alcohol inks, and she doesn't mind getting her hands, completely a mess. I'm not good at that because I know me. I will touch my clothes and I will stain my clothes, and I don't want to stain my clothes. So during the thing, I decided, okay, I'm going to do a couple of backgrounds. This was during I think it was a co-crafting session we had with her, and she's in there chatting with us, and it was a Zoom session thing during the summit. So while she's doing that, I decided to go ahead and play with some alcohol inks. And then after the fact, I was looking at, because I still haven't finished watching all the videos, guys. I go back and I'm looking at the Facebook group and I see this one. It's like, oh my God, that's gorgeous. I'm going to have to try that. So it did. And that was using an alcohol ink background through an embossing folder. And then I went over it with just a little bit of white pigment ink over the top to pull out those edges, and this is gorgeous. This is one I didn't, these I added gems to. This one I did not add any gems to. But I think it turned out, and this has actually got more purple in it than it's showing. Love you, Terry Cooper. Okay, so there's that one. Now, the one that is the inspiration for Saturday's class, so we will be making this card or something similar. You just need, I would say, a 3D embossing folder if you have it, or an embossing folder if you don't have a 3D. Thank you, Miss Norma. Thank you, thank you. So this one is, again, blackout technique. Okay. And it's also got embossing powder. So you'll want some clear sparkle embossing powder if you have that too. But isn't that gorgeous? So it's just embossing powder, ink, and your embossing folder. I love how this one turned out. So this is the one we're going to be. Idaho is trying to do the Santa grenade, and I think it's turned off. So I am sorry, Idaho, but welcome in. Anyway, I love this one. This one is so pretty. And yeah, I decided that that's what we're going to do the class on. It's like I had not decided until after I made it. It's like, you know what? I love that one. We're going to do it. So those are, okay, that's everything before today. These are the first ones that I made during the summit. These are ones that kind of came up after the fact. I am sorry, hon. I didn't realize I hadn't turned that part on. I don't know why it's turned on over there. So apparently I still have the button for the channel point for. I thought I had not turned it off though. Did I turn it off? I have to check. Okay, I am gonna pull up StreamerBot real quick and see. if I have Santa still on there. Okay. Redeem, redeem. Huh, I thought maybe I turned off the things. I'm going to try it. So give me a sec, guys. I like to do all the fun. My hiding girly self loves the glitter card. And this is a glitter that doesn't come off. That's the important part. Okay, so let me look at the scenes. Thank you, Cordelia. I may have turned that off completely. I don't remember. Because I think I turned off all of the Christmas stuff. I will have to check it later, honey. Gotta write myself a note. There's the kitty. Okay, so I wrote myself a note, so I'm going to check on that. So I am sorry about that, Idaho. Okay, so yeah, so this is the one that I made this morning. And this one was based on a card that Justine Homeby did where it was heat embossing. It was stamping and heat embossing. Oh, God. We have over here, for you guys that don't know what this is, we have got Idaho and Terry Cooper are going to go into a haunted house, apparently. And yeah, if you want to join, type !join, but you have to do it fast. Too late. Yeah, it goes pretty quick. So this is the one that I made this morning. And what she did is a little bit of color blocking. So she had done I watched the video once. I need to go back and see exactly which technique she did because you can do it different ways. But this is the one I made this morning. While I was waiting for Power Director to process my video, and all it was is I sped up something too fast. Yeah. You and Terry Cooper will win. Norma, you're too late, hun. But yeah, this is the one that I made this morning. So we've got a lot of things that we could do. I really want to do this one again. I do need to do the sentiments for it. But you can see, this is one embossing folder, given it is a big embossing folder, but you could do a ton of things with it. And I'm sure that there are more things we could do with it. So first things first, we need some sentiments because, well, I might still have some. I'm going to make some more. So I've got my BetterPress system here, and here is the Through the Meadow sentiments. Let me pull this out because I've got it folded at the bottom, which means you can't see the last sentiment. And I know because I tried to read it and it doesn't work. Okay. Happiness blooms in the meadow. Happy birthday. Love is like wildflowers. It's often found in the most unlikely of places. I'm here for you. The earth has its music for all those who will listen. Reginald Holmes. Be a wildflower. Like a wildflower, you bloom wherever you're planted. Find your peace in a meadow and gather courage like wildflowers. So I did use those on these cards. And we're going to make some more. I'm just looking. Welcome, welcome. Stephanie is in the house. Cordelia has to go. I will see you on the replay, honey, and thank you. Terry Cooper wants it all. I love the use of paper strips and then emboss. Exactly. How many? And I actually have some more sitting over here, and I have another. I think I'm going to do purple. I have another idea. I've actually got a couple of other ideas. Yeah. So we may make multiple. So I think I want to do some of these first. Now, I have been playing with my new Simon Hurley Scout a lot this week, anytime I'm doing die cutting, but you know what? This stuff will not fit in it. You do still need your larger machine. So let me pull out the BetterPress. How many of you guys, let me know in the chat with some big hearts in all three platforms. Have you seen first off, do you have a BetterPress? Do you have a BetterPress? Go ahead and let me know. Say, Instead of hearts, just say yes or no in the chats whether or not you have a BetterPress at this point in your crafty stash. Patty does, Susan and Linda, all these guys have got one of these in their stash. Deb Titus does not yet. Sorry, let me put that one back up there. Patty said yes. There we go. Linda says yes. Susan says yes. Deb Titus says no. Stephanie says no, not yet. ASMR does. Yay. Norma says I do. Haven't used it yet. And Miss Ruth does not have one yet. And I know that there are some people that are not saying anything yet. Plus, go ahead and put something in the comments if you're catching the replay and let me know. Do you have one of these fun machines? So if you do have one, hopefully you've used it, except for Norma. It's super easy to do, okay? I fell in love with this as soon as I saw it at Creativation 2 years ago. Oh my God. So this is our platform, okay? I believe it's called the Chase. Idolite does not have one either. This is the Chase and the Platinum. This is based on traditional letterpress. So what Spellbinders did is they made it smaller for us to be able to use it in our craft room, and they made it easy, and they made it nowhere near as inky and messy. The traditional ones, because I've watched videos, use brayers and lots of ink and all the things. Yeah. Total mess. This doesn't really make that much of a mess. Now I've got a clear piece of actually a packaging over the top because I don't want to make my platform inky because I don't want to stain it. So this is helping me to keep more control of the mess because everything gets messy. The corners here are spring-loaded magnets. So that when we put it there, it just snaps into place. And then when it goes through the die cutting machine, because we roll it through, it goes smush down and it presses. Welcome in, Gail. No BetterPress for you yet either. Understand. So what it does is it presses it down presses the paper and the plates together and gets you a perfect stamping. I mean, how cool is that? I absolutely love this little machine. Okay, let me get out some of my inks. Now there are some inks that you may want to get for this, and you may want to get the better paper. I've got both right now, but I went for a while without having either. This is the BetterPress paper. It is 118 pound. It is cotton. And I don't think I have any cutouts, so I'm going to go ahead and cut one panel here. And I just cut this down A2 size. That way it fits perfect with everything. And this is nice, heavy cardstock. But I have used this on regular plain, not my heavyweight, my regular weight cardstock. I've done that. It still stamps well. You just don't get the cool texture when you do that. That's the biggest difference, okay? I've also used a lot of the different inks. Now these inks are, the BetterPress ink is thicker than archival ink. It's actually a form of archival ink, so it dries super fast, but it is thicker than archival ink and it's made specifically to use with the BetterPress system. So I went ahead and got, this is all that I've got, but I went ahead and got that. And you can see I've got some other colors that are archival ink, just regular archival ink, but I have used Simon Hurley, Catherine Pooler, Lisa Horton. I don't know that I've used, sorry, my nose is itching. I don't know if I've used Tim Holtz's inks in here or not, but it would be the same thing. All of these inks will work, okay? Just the BetterPress ones will work better and they dry a lot faster than, say, one of your dye inks is going to, just because of the way they're made, okay? So first things first, I'm going to take one of my panels. I'm going to tape it onto my platen. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do what I saw Jennifer McGuire do. Just because I want to try it. Especially, I haven't had any of them run out of ink yet, Norma. Not a one. I don't use it every day, but I have not had any of them done. What she has done is she's basically put some just regular, this is regular dot liner adhesive onto the back. And look, I already got it dirty. I'm still going to put it down. That's okay. We're going to die cut this anyway. Okay. Which probably means I should have cleaned this thing and I didn't. Okay. Next, we're going to pick out some sentiments and we're going to place them on here. This is also magnetized. It's a magnetic plate there. And all of my sentiments have got little dies to go around them. So I know I want to use happy birthday because that is the generic that I can use for lots of things. How about happiness blooms in the meadow? That's this one. Okay, and then let's do Be a Wildflower. I could do as many as I want on here. I mean, I got a bunch of them, right? Oh, Norma. Norma says that the reason that she hasn't used hers is because of the ink. Honey, when I got mine, it had black ink only. You know me, I don't want to use black ink only. So I just started experimenting with my other inks. You could use other inks on this. Now, one thing I have done in the past, and you've probably seen me do this on videos, is when I'm cleaning this, I usually just use alcohol. I saw Kathy Zilski do it. And apparently, the folks at Spellbinders say don't use alcohol on the plates because if you feel your plates, they've got a kind of a little bit of a coating on there and the alcohol could cause problems. So you don't want to do that. So I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay, I'm going to just put these in place on here and I'm going to try to make sure this, I'm going to go to the bottom half. Because, yeah, I kind of messed up the top half of my paper. See that? Yeah, anyhow. And let's go with, I'm going to go with Cobalt. Now, this is, like I said, an archival ink. It's not, this one is not BetterPress ink. Okay, Norma? So this is not on BetterPress ink. You may have archival ink in your stash already. One thing I have noticed is that when the plates are little, they move around. Even though they have a magnet underneath them holding them down, right? So it's going to hold them in place when you're running through your die cutting machine, but if you're spreading your ink on there, they're probably going to move a little bit. Okay, let's move that one out of the way. I'm going to clean some of this up because, yeah, that's what happens. And I am going to use some some alcohol just to clean that off of the platform there. Okay, bye Sharon. See you later, honey. Thank you so much for popping in. And you were so early, hon. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put this back. And I just want to make sure that there's enough room in between them all for the die cutting. So now all I have to do is I turn this over. So we've got the cardstock facing down. Put it onto our little magnets there. And now we're going to run it through our die cutting machine. Now, if you know me at all, you know that I sometimes have trouble concentrating. I saw the comments from Tuesday night. Sometimes I have trouble concentrating while I am trying to get stuff done while I'm talking. Talking and doing things does not always work together. But this is one I don't even have to think about it. I just get everything set up, I get it inked up, and then I run it through, and then I get perfect results. Perfect. Look at that. And then because I use my BetterPress paper, if I run my finger off it, I can feel the impression. It's not exactly debossed, but it is. It's like it's a little bit of an impression. It's so nice. What's even more fun is these things will work with foil. You can hot foil with them. Gosh, my nose. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, and I can rub that adhesive right off. That's one of the nice things about a dot liner. And I hadn't tried this technique yet. This is one that I saw Jennifer McGuire do, and I hadn't actually used my BetterPress since I saw it. The ink. So this ink is actually just regular archival ink from from Ranger. I have used, okay, y'all know I got a bunch of Simon Hurley stuff. These will work too. But these don't dry as fast. I've even used, I think it was last year, it may have been around July or something. There was, I think, one of the Christmas in July projects where I did, there was a little car, like the back end of a truck, so you could do that. And I did a BetterPress on white, and then I did BetterPress on black using Lisa Horton's interference inks. That even worked because I got a gold car out of one of them. So that was cool because it was one of the inks that is blue on white paper and gold on another. So I would say you can basically use any ink you want to. The inks are all going to, just like what you do with your regular stuff, inks all, they behave differently depending on what you're doing. Okay, let's take back out my Platinum 6 and get my plates and everything so I can do the die cutting out, and we will have these sentiments done. And I am going to use my magnetic magic mat for this. I still need to make a video on the magnetic magic mat. I did one and didn't edit it, I think. Or did I do that one? I don't remember. Anyway, it's going to help me to keep my dies, if I can turn it right, it's going to help me to keep my dies in place because of that magnetic. So I'm just going to line them up. And turn it a little bit. That'll be fine. And then we're going to just run that through. Can you use it with the Empress? I'll have to double check the website. Can you foil with the inks? The inks aren't foilable. We can foil with the plates. The plates are metal, so we can use our hot foil system to do that. So since I still have Spellbinders up, let me take a look. Because they usually say which machines are compatible. I do know that it's compatible with the Spellbinders. Okay, so looking at the BetterPress letterpress system, I'm not seeing it listed on here. Learn more about the BetterPress. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Maybe it's on this page too, but of course, as soon as I looked at that, I wound up showing something different. And you were asking about the Empress. Okay, on Spellbinders website, I'm pulling it up right now for you. It says machines not compatible with, and it specifically says that it is not compatible with the Empress. Okay, now the reason it's not compatible with several machines is just it has to do with the amount of thickness, amount of space you need to be able to run it through and have it do correctly. Different machines have basically different specs. Like I have a Gemini Junior. Okay, I have a Gemini Junior. It has a much smaller space for anything to go through for your plates. It does not take a platform of any kind. It takes just a couple of the plates slid through. I've got the foil press. The foil press is much thinner, much thinner of a platform than my Gemini, than my Spellbinders Glimmer system. And that's because they're designed completely different. Okay, so that's the reason for that. Okay, so this is another rule of thumb and should help with a lot of that. Machines that can't cut a steel rule die. If you can't run a steel rule die through your system, then you're not going to be able to. Now, I've only got like a couple of steel rule dies and I never use them. But if I wanted to, I could run it through my Big Kick, which is the Big Shot Michael's version. Or I could use my Platinum 6, and if it's small enough, I could probably do it in my little Simon Hurley Scout. So I could use any of those. Okay, so this gives, I didn't even realize this page was here, but I'm glad it is. And I knew that I suspected that they had something. Well, welcome in, Honey Cruz. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so hope that helped. And switching back. Okay, so just ran that through my die cutting machine with my matte. Hello, Miss Lisa Acker. Okay. And these cut out pretty much perfect. Now, one of them I did get a little bit close to the letters, but that just has to do with me positioning it wrong. Okay. I'm going to move these out of the way. And I think I want to go, first thing, I'm going to go ahead and add a sentiment to the one card that I made this morning that does not have a sentiment yet. Although blue doesn't go well with it. That actually looks good. I never do that. I never do that. I have seen Jennifer McGuire do it so many times, and it looks so wonderful on hers, but very rarely do I do a diagonal anything. But I think that's going to work out fine. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the back. And put that right along that diagonal. I also went over this with some, first I went over it with some white pigment ink, and then, you know what, I decided to go over it with a little bit of gold. So we've got a little bit of shimmer there. I'm going to just put that right there, right along that line. And that card is done. So cool. Okay, so do we want to do another one with the stripes? I need to get some sayings for my BetterPress. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't need them. You don't have to. I think you get better. If you're investing your money in different things, it really depends on what you want to do. If you have a hot foil system, a lot of places, this is something I heard like within the last week or so, a lot of places are starting to not do the foil plates as much, but start to do more of the letterpress plates because they work for both. So it gives you more use out of it. For your sentiments, if you're wanting to have that, you know, that texture on there, or wanting to do hot foil or all of those things, then yeah, go for it. I mean, I like having foil sentiments, so yeah, I like having the BetterPress for foil sentiments. But you lose some of the wow factor of the way that it feels when you're doing it on sentiments because they're so small. Getting the bigger designs, now that is where it really, really shows. Okay, because these are going to be more expensive than, say, photopolymer stamps. You can do a lot of the same things with your stamps. So I would just say, get what you want and use what works best for you. But don't get something, if you've got the same exact set in a stamp, do you really need a second one with all the same? I'm currently going to go through all of the stuff that I've recently gotten from Spellbinders. When I say recently, I say like last 4 years. Yes, foiling your BetterPress is fabulous. Absolutely love that. This is the only one that I've got. I'm wondering what I'm getting in the mail from them today, because I think it might be my BetterPress of the month that was very, very late. Since I'm an influencer, and that's one of the things I do. They send it to me. I don't order it. They just automatically send it to me for me to create with. So I think I'm getting something from them today. If it comes in, we may be playing with something like that tomorrow. So, and if not, honey, if you want to come and hang out with us tomorrow night, I can pull out my Glimmer system and some of my BetterPress plates, and we can make some stuff. That'll be fun. Okay, I've got 2 more sentiments I can do. But yeah, I really love this. And what's fun is this embossing folder would work great with any of the flowers. So when I decide to pull them out and practice with them, I can layer them up over the front. I love this kind of, it's not exactly a lattice, but it is. You know, I love that look. Okay, I was thinking purples because I already did these that are the reds and the orange. And of course, I was channeling my, yeah, when I was thinking purples, I was kind of channeling my, yeah, it's all Mary's fault. I'm also going in and grabbing my scraps. Hey, Misty. Dee, do you check your email? she says, I'm on early today. Well, yes, I am, because today is I started this last month, hon, where I am now doing a new collection live stream, and the Club Kits live streams are separate too. Instead of doing a ton of it, I'm looking for the colors. I probably have it here. Okay, let's see. What do I have in my bag? So this one is my pink one that's got the most stuff in it because I made a lot of envelopes. That's why I got so much of that. That one's got some foil things. This one's yellow. Here's my purple. Thinking I want to do purple, maybe some blue, and some pink. But yeah, we are early today because today we are doing the new releases from... Okay, so Stephanie had a question. Let me pull that one up. She says, did you say why it's not working the other way around, using hot foil plates for letterpress? I had to step out a minute to find some paper. I didn't say it this time, but I have in the past. The way that these work, let me grab, I've got basically all my Spellbinder stuff is sitting here on the floor. Let me grab a foil plate of some sort. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, here's my glimmer system stuff. Okay. So this is really pretty too. This is some tulips. Oh, and while I'm at it, let me grab one of the BetterPress that is a finer detail. If I can remember where I put them. Because the only ones I've put away so far is my, well, I put in another room because I went through them once already. Didn't I bring my BetterPress in here? Because I know I got BetterPress. Okay, I'll be right back. Because things are hiding from me. I may have just moved them. Okay, so here's like a good comparison. Okay, so this is a great example because you have them. So I've actually got two different hot foil plates out. And you can tell that they're hot foil plates because they're that bronze color, right? And you can see about how thick those are, right? Now this is a newer BetterPress plate. Lots of fine detail. But it's a tad thinner. Let me pull up this one. This is probably going to be easier to see because it's got a line there. So when you're looking at the raised edges, the foil one is actually just a tad thicker than this one. So they're just, the profile's not the same. So because of that, if you try running your hot foil system through it with the BetterPress, you might break something because of too much pressure. I don't want you to ruin your machine. So that's the reason for that. And I was looking at this and it was really hard for me to tell too, but I know it because I've worked with them enough. I can feel the thickness. And these do tend to be a little bit thinner. than the hot foil plates. And I'm just going to have to clean. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You spent the money on it, or someone gave it to you for Christmas, and you don't want to waste the money on that. I would not want you to ruin your machine. Buying another plate is a lot less expensive than buying an entirely new machine. Because you'd have to, it's basically your, not necessarily the, it may mess up all of them, to be quite honest. If you put too much, if you put something too thick in through your die cutting machine, it could get stuck in there. You may not be able to get it out. And then if you do get it out, you may break something in the process. Yeah, that's not good. So I just be careful. Just, yeah. Exactly. So Stephanie, that is fabulous. And I've been meaning to do stuff like that, and I haven't gotten around to doing it. Stephanie says, so far I have used a homemade system of shims and silicone to achieve a letterpress effect. And of course, then it doesn't matter. Exactly. I mean, I know that I'm going back to Jennifer McGuire because okay, fangirl. She is actually the one that I learned so much from when I first got started with making cards. So I learned so much from her. I know that she has basically experimented with everything, and she has shown over the years how to get an impression kind of letterpress look from dies, from all sorts of things. I mean, if you've got the rubber mat for your die cutting machine, you probably have the stuff that works. Now, I have tried it with a stencil before and used too much pressure and pretty much destroyed the stencil, but it's a stencil. Stencils are not that expensive to replace. Okay, I want some purple this time. This is just one of the ideas that I had for this kind of card. So here's a lovely lavender, and here's a darker purple. Do we want to do pink or blue? You guys tell me. Do we want to go with pink or blue with this one? Because I have both. Yeah, Jennifer McGuire is fabulous. I absolutely love her. I'm kind of thinking I want to go with the pink. Yeah, I think I want to go with the pink. I do have quite a bit of blue too. Eventually, I will use up all my excess cards. Okay, Sherry says blue. Okay, we're going to pull out a blue. I'm kind of thinking darker. Let's see. That's purple. Have to remember which one I'm looking in. And Honey says blue. Both of y'all want blue. So here's one color blue. Here's another color of blue. Could go with all of them. Just make multiple strips just thinner. I think that's what I'm going to do. Idolize says all three. Yep. Okay. So the strips, these may, let's see, how tall is this one? I might be able to fit that in my guillotine. I had to pull out another trimmer for the other card. And I think I'm going to just start off with cutting about 1 inch on each of these. And then we'll have extra. Red, haha, not really. And since these are all different widths, I have no idea how much the extra is going to be. So it doesn't matter. Because we're just cutting some strips. And the only reason I picked 1 inch is so that I wouldn't have to think about it. I also noticed that the light blue is actually a little bit thicker than the others. So it should still work, especially since we're running through a die cutting machine and squishing everything. And I may want to trim some of these a little bit thinner, but either way, it's going to be fine. It's all fine. It is fiddly, so as soon as I know where I'm going to store it, I'm going to buy a BetterPress. I don't know if you noticed, Stephanie, but I have no idea where I'm going to store it. Where's my box? I've had this thing for, it's been over a year. Okay? I've had it for over a year. I still store it in the box Let me take these up and go ahead and put it away because I can. Where to put the platen? Yes, I lose all the things on my desk all the time. There we go. So I just put it back in and put it back in the box and just stick it back under my desk. So it's always there. I have put it away in a cabinet before, but then I have to get up and go get it. And I pull it out just randomly. So it's just under my desk. So it really doesn't have a home yet. And because I want to make sure I keep the chase and the platen together, I keep them under my desk. I keep them in the box under my desk. At some point, I'm going to have to replace the box because it is getting kind of dinged up. Maybe if I can make my crafty bestie take her silicone molds with her, I'd have a free drawer. Free drawers. Yeah, I bought another 10 drawer rolling cart not too long ago. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So I had a couple of ideas. I'm kind of thinking I still want to go on white with these, though. You know, that would be pretty. So I'm just going to take a regular piece of white cardstock. And you can use whatever kind of glue you want. And I'm just going to start gluing some stripes across. I mean, last time I just used 3. I could use more. I could use less. Let's just go like at an angle there. And with the first one, you just decide how you want it and then go from there. Okay, let's go. Yeah, that is really kind of thick. That's okay. I'm going to go with some purple next. This one's going to be a thicker one. And just running it right up against the edge there. And then we can do I have a thinner one? I think I want a thinner than that. So I'm going to do these to a 1/2 inch, just lining it up with that metal rail that's down the side of my little my cutting machine. Trimmer, that's the word. Words are hard. Okay, run that right here. Here's another question for you guys. Do you like having these live streams where we're just doing some crafting with the new stuff? Because what I was doing recorded videos, and this goes for anybody who's watching the replay also. What do you like the most? Or do you like them both kind of equally and you'll come regardless? Okay. I think I could cover most of the entire thing. But do I want to do that? Because we really don't need that much. Yeah, I'm going to do more. Trimming this one down again too. Because you guys that come and hang out with me all the time, you know that one of the reasons that I'm doing this a little different this year so far is to try to save it. Okay, so Deb says she loves them all. Well, she said ATT, but I think she meant all. She loves them all. And Honey Cruz says both. Fabulous. Because the main reason that I did this is to try to help save me some time so I can get some other things done that I've been wanting to get done for a long time. Shelly says, yes, love the lives. It's so interactive. Also love the videos as I can't always get to the live. Well, the replays are always up, so you can always go back and watch those. Also on Thursdays, I go live on Twitch, so you can come and hang out over there as well. And sometimes I record. I have been known to record my videos while I was over there. Deb, that's okay. Typing is typing, you know, it's okay. Said, oops. But I do love hanging out with y'all, and I don't have to go back and edit. Although I think I am going to start cleaning up the front and the back end of the videos because, yeah, if I have like 5 to 10 minutes of just nothing, someone coming up to see the replay was like, you know, I don't know if I want to sit here and wait. Okay, so now I've got all those stripes down. Yes, this is a bit fuller than the other, but that is going to look fine still. And now I'm going to just trim off all of the extra. I'm just lining it up with the edge of my paper trimmer there and trimming them off. And that'll do the same thing on this side. Actually, let's do this side first. Nope, I don't want to waste that much paper because I can use the strips again. I can use all the pieces that come off. I think that's about right. Okay. And I'm going to trim this down more anyway. I know you do, Patty. That's why you're coming to the class on. I think are you enrolled in? I think you're enrolled in Saturday's class, aren't you? Okay, so now we're going to take back out the pieces to do the embossing. Now, with a 3D embossing folder, it's a little bit different than a regular embossing, but you have a cheat sheet. So with all of our die cutting machines, they come with instructions. Okay, so this has got how to build a die cutting, how to emboss a cut shape, how to build a standard embossing, and how to do 3D embossing. Reason I grabbed this is because I was just looking at the Simon Hurley one, and it only had this part on the platform top. But it does say it again here. Die cutting and how to do regular embossing does not need this piece. So we're going to just chuck it. What we need for 3D embossing is we need the platform base, that's this piece. We need our embossing folder and cardstock, and then we need the adapter plate D, that's this one. Okay, now the reason for that is this is the universal plate system. They basically took a regular platform and cut it to allow for that extra little bit of space you need for a 3D embossing folder. The 3D embossing folders, if you've noticed while I'm looking at them, they are thicker than a standard embossing folder. Okay, so these are the ones we're going to use. And we're going to play with that wildly beautiful embossing folder and just figure out where do we want it to go in there. Because we could do it anywhere here. We can do it sideways. If we do sideways, this could be for like a top fold. And what's neat, let me move this back out of the way again. What's neat is you can see kind of what kind of look you're going to get. That looks kind of cool. Do y'all have any thoughts as to which way we should go? So I could put blue up at the top. I kind of like those big flowers though. I think I'm going to do this one. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to just put it in like that and run it through my die cutting machine. Now, a lot of folks say, you know, be sure whenever you're using an embossing folder, especially 3D, make sure you mist it. And that's true most of the time in most of the country. I live in Florida and it's always humid. So what I found is that a lot of times I don't have those kind of problems. My paper very rarely cracks. It used to crack a lot, but I think I was just using really cheap paper all the time. Not so crazy about diagonals at the same time, but maybe that's a German mentality thing. I don't really do diagonals very often. I mean, you guys that have been in here for a while, is this my standard? Is this kind of what I do? No, I never do them this way. I am going to use my decal trimmer. And we're going to just trim off those edges and give a little texture to the edge. And I'm going to cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. That's the standard size that I normally go with. That gives me 1/8 of an inch all the way around on an A2 card. Okay, bye-bye, Miss Ruth. You have a wonderful day, honey. I will see you tomorrow night. Remember, tomorrow night, 5 p.m., right? Yes, the chop chop. I don't know if I can call it that. That's Elizabeth's thing. If you don't know my buddy Elizabeth Costa Rogers, she has had her decal trimmer much longer than I have, but I've been loving it since I got it. Okay, so you can kind of see our images there. Now, this one, I'm saying this one kind of had some darker colors than this. This has kind of got more of the lighter ones. So I'm kind of thinking I want to go with a darker color of ink over the top. All I'm doing, if I add ink over the top, it's basically just going to make those embossed pieces pop. So why don't we use some Midnight Snack from Simon Hurley? Oh, Tim calls it. Okay, that's why she does it. I didn't know. I don't watch enough Tim Holtz. I don't. I want to, but it's like he comes on Saturday and I got stuff I got to get done. So I'm going to try just going over it. Only I need to mask it. I was going to say I was going to try not to hit the white. I would hit the white. So I'm going to mask it. Just using a little mint tape. Most of the products that I'm using today are in the description if you guys are interested, and you guys have also got access to that QR code that'll take you straight over to the Spellbinders website. Most of the stuff I'm using is from Spellbinders, and even my Simon Hurley inks you can get at Spellbinders too. It's kind of neat. I also noticed, like this last week, there's more stuff getting added to the website. It's like, okay, what's going on here? They got more things. Okay, this is going to make it easier for me to do those raised edges. There we go. Quick swipe. The more you do, the more likely you're going to get more of that inkiness onto the solid pieces underneath. Yeah, I did that. Slicey slice guy. Okay, and then pulling this off reveals that lovely white. So that works great. Okay, this is my card. Do I know anything about Spellbinders not doing gift cards? I hadn't heard that. I try to keep up to date with everything that's going on. Like I know that that Hero Arts is now kind of in with Spellbinders. So I'm still waiting for that to finish going through. But I did not know. I have never tried to buy a gift card from Spellbinders. Gift card pockets. Gift sets. Karen markers are on here, which don't remember seeing on there before. Got a lot of stuff on sale. Yeah, I don't see anything about it, but I didn't know that they didn't have it. So that's something I'll have to ask Yana about, see if I can find out anything for you. I had not heard about that. Okay. But are you shopping from the US site or the UK site? Or is there a German site? I don't know if there's a German site. And I think I don't know how this would look on a black base, but we could see it. Oh, you did a search already, but you were wondering. I think that's a little bit too much. We don't have anything else black on here, but I don't have a blue card base, so I'll go with my white. I also move things around a little bit so I would have less stuff to go through. You know how you try to get enough stuff close at hand so you just have to reach for it? I kind of went overboard with that. Instead of having one bin with a good color combination of stuff so I could pull from that and card bases, I had like 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All trimmed down to A2. Okay, so we've got that. I think that's going to work. I'm thinking that I could, if I could kind of grunge the edges, but I don't really want to because that'll take away from that pretty white. So I'm going to do that. And let's go ahead and I'm going to do foam because you know what? And I need more. Foam is life. I'm going to do my pop-up because I don't have Mary to do it for me. Where did I put my pop-up? Effects. There we go. Foam is life. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. I am very happy to have some new names and faces in here. So thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us, guys. And I do go live at least twice a week, every week. So this week it's actually today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So we've got 2 more, and I may start throwing some additional things in once I get these other tech things done. I still have to catch up my books too. So I need to catch up my books, get our taxes done, and work on the new membership site. Yes. And figure out what I'm going to do for our next few monthly workshops, because the next workshop is this week. That's going to be on Saturday at 3, and we're going to be doing this one. I love how this turned out, and it was so much easier than you'd think. So if you're not already enrolled, head over to edu.debbiej's. Well, do I have a button for that? I think I do. Bum, ba, bum, edu. There we go. Head over to, is it going to pop up? Oh, it's in the thing. There we go. So we've got that, and then we got that. Okay. What? I think it just, oh yes, it just pulled up the, why did it do that? I got the wrong things on there. So it's got the Facebook group, but it doesn't have the website address. Copy and paste. So if you're interested in coming and joining us in the workshop on Saturday, here is, I'm assuming this will let me post it into the chat to air all the chats. We'll see how it does. That went into Twitch and to YouTube. Good. Okay, that sounded funny. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this one down, leaving a little tiny bit around the edges. Just a little sliver. And then we can pop this side. I'm going to pop him up on some foam too. Double layer of foam. Oh, well, welcome in, Miss Anita. Thank you so much, honey. She says she loves the live shows. Unfortunately, usually conflicts with my schedule. That's one reason why the replays are up. And that's one reason why a lot, not all, but a lot of my Twitch ones become YouTube videos, okay? So you can do it that way. And you're over on Twitch. Plus the replays are up on Twitch for 14 days, something like that. So you can watch the replays. It'll be under the videos tab. I think it's under the videos tab over there. But yeah, you can always watch the replays too. But I know hanging out with folks on a live is much more fun. It is. I love being able to chit chat with folks. Okay. And last week I actually played a game on Twitch, believe it or not. Okay, I'm going to put Happiness Blooms in the Meadow right there in the center and try to make sure it's straight. Okay, and then I'm trying to start using up my gems. Now, this little package is a bunch of different ones that are stick-on. These are from Scrappy Tales. So I've got Scrappy Tales ones, and then I've got Spellbinders ones. And I'm thinking these colors will match these from Scrappy Tales the best. And they're a matte, so that's kind of cool too. I've got some that are shiny and some that are matte, but I think those are the ones I want to use. And those might go well too. So I'm trying to use them up. So yeah, and Anita, whenever you pop into one of the lives or into one of the replays, if it's on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment for me. Okay, so we could. I'm one of those folks. I mean, there's a couple of different chains of thought words. There's a couple of different ways of doing your gems on something like this with color. I've seen some people do tone on tone, and I've seen some people do contrast. So if we want to do tone on tone, I've got some that would work, like these purples would go good there, and those purples would go good there. But I really don't have anything that matches the others, I don't think. Let's see. These are also matte, so they do match that blue. And then I've got some that are shiny that match the other blue. Do I have anything that would match the pink? Because I could do that, because that's something else that I don't really do much. These are all green. And the pinks are close enough, so I think I'm going to do that. You loved that one? So I'm just going to add a few. I have no idea. I usually just do like 3 or 6, but the card that I just made for tomorrow's video, I put confetti. This is confetti sprinkles from Pick a Fence Studio all over the card. Sneak peek. So that one is going to be tomorrow morning's video. I've already got them uploaded. I just have to do the blog post to go with it, and then I'm done with that. I love making my light up cards. Okay. Let me get out my other bottle of glue. I'm just going to do my visual triangles, and then I probably am going to add more. I need a jewel picker or something. Got a couple of different things that I use for that. This one's Lisa Horton. And the reason I'm putting glue down is because I have had a bad, anytime I use the sticker ones, they never stay. But I've also had some that for whatever reason, like my Spellbinders one, the stickum actually sticks to the acetate more than it does the gem. I don't understand. But those are also like 2 years old because I don't use them very much. Okay, so I need light blue. So we've got this light blue. I also like the smaller ones the best, but I do need to use the bigger ones too. Let's get a medium size for this other one that's in the blue. Okay, we got those two, and then we've got a pink. And I think I'll go with a larger pink, so let's add a little bit more. And I have a feeling that some of y'all are just waiting around to see, are we doing a giveaway today? Yes. Although with shipping prices, I probably need to do less. I need more of y'all to register for my classes so that I have more money to spend on shipping to mail out more cards to y'all. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Sherry. Okay, I think I want to go up a couple more. So we'll do another one here, and then we'll do another one up there. Just because I can. And I'm just making sure what colors I got. So I do need to do another pink. I'm going to do a little tiny pink one. Hey, Jana. Welcome in, hun. I've done so many cards using this embossing folder. It has just been so fun. And then we're going to use one of the big ones that are shiny up here in the top. Let it overlap a little bit. There we go. And I think I want to come down the other side. So it's basically going in and out of the sentiment. And we use some of the purple, and I decided I wanted this medium purple here. So go with a small one to the outside. Deb says, woohoo! Yeah, she wants this card. I think I need a little more glue under there. That was not a big enough spot for this big enamel dot. And if you don't happen to have enamel dots or anything like what I've got here, you can use things like, I've used stickles. I've got actually a bunch of Nuvo drops. There's also, woo you meant woo. But you can use basically all those things. You can even use wax seal stuff for this. I have made little dots of wax seal. Okay, let's do a couple more. Yeah, just to make sure that they come through on all the colors. And it's an opportunity for me to use up some of the stuff in my stash. Okay. So there we go. There is our card for today. And how do you guys like that? I think it turned out pretty. And it's fine to experiment with things and see, are there some other designs that you might not have thought about that you might like? I mean, this is not one of the ones that I typically do. I do a lot of them that are kind of focal image in the center and then other stuff around, and usually have a sentiment in one of the two corners. But this one, I really like this design. I told you, and I kind of stole it from, I can say I stole it from the Summit. That's where I got the inspiration from, but I have seen this kind of idea before, I think. Not necessarily with embossing folders. I have seen the stamping thing, and this time we did it with embossing folders. These are both basically the same design. Sentiment's a little bit different. This one needs some things added, so I'm going to be sure to add some things to it later. But this is the card we're going to give away today. So let me go ahead and get that pulled up and find the button. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. There we go, under ads and segments. So I'm gonna shut up for a second. Okay, so wait, that's not right. Giveaway over. Why did that? I cleared it. Why did it not do it? No, Terry Cooper, you did not win again. I cleared it this morning. Let me try resetting it again. That's not going up again. Okay, gotta pull up the whole thing again. I don't know. It happens. There are tons of beautiful cards just waiting to be created by using your stash and scraps. Yes, absolutely. So if you want to get in on the giveaway to win this card, just type into the chat !join, and you will be in the giveaway. This is for anybody on YouTube and on Twitch. I think it might actually be pulling from TikTok, so I'd love for you to give it a try if you are over there. And we'll see if it pulls a winner from TikTok. I have no idea. I've had people, first time that they come in to hang out and they win. It is so odd. Anyhow. And there was something else I was thinking of that now I can't remember. 7 folks joined. I think it's a little bit slow. And let me just double check spelling. ASMR is in there. Fabulous. So yeah, I like giving away my cards. But yeah, shipping price. And I've had a couple of them. I'm just going to warn you, I don't understand my post office. I had a card come back, returned to sender because of a bad, I'm assuming a bad address. It said could not be delivered. But it was a regular card in a regular envelope. that said that it owed that I for delivery it would have been an extra like almost $5. I don't understand. So apparently they thought it was non-machinable, although they machined it anyway. Yeah, I still need to go to the post office and see if I can find out what are they doing, because it makes no sense. Maybe I've yelled at them too much for delivering my mail to my neighbors and my neighbors' mail to me. I don't know. Patty, yes, you do need to. Thank you, Stephanie. So Patty does need to, and Tiffany does also. It's exclamation point join, all one word. So don't put a space in there. So Miss Patty, you'll want to retype it. That perfect. And then Tiffany, it looks like you typed it in I join, and it needs to be exclamation point join to get in on the giveaway. But I'll give you time to get your name in. So while we are waiting on that, let's go ahead and look again at all the cards that I've made so far. Oh, so far using the collection from Susan Tierney through the Meadow. And these were all made over the last couple of weeks. And all using the same embossing folder, because I have not used any of the dies. Okay. And no, I'm not giving all of these away right now, but these are things that I would be able to send out to folks. So if you're on my email, or if you're on my mailing list, which also means if you're on my email list, you can add your address at some point. So I love how these all turned out. Hey, Danielle, welcome in, honey. And I have to do more with it. I have done alcohol ink backgrounds that have sat there for years and I never use them. So I'm so glad I did use at least one of them. And then this is the one we're going to be doing a workshop on Saturday. So again, edu.debbiejayscraftingcorner.com is my my website. Also, all of my links are on my link bio, so you can find me everywhere. So Stephanie says, I thought I could just listen while working on my craft roulette card, but I have to do maths for that one. Where's my button? Pop-ups. So here's my link bio when it pops up. So you can find links to all my things, debbiejayscraftingcorner.com/link bio. And this is one that I made this morning and added that sentiment to this afternoon with you guys. And yep, I am basically everywhere, and I'm constantly wanting to do more things and share with more folks. So if you like what you see here and you haven't already subscribed on my YouTube channel, hit that button and be sure to hit the like button for me. That really does. Or if you don't like it, hit the down button, and that lets me know that you don't like it. And that, yeah, if I know what people do and don't like, then maybe I can make better content. Yeah. So yeah. And if you're not following me over on Twitch and TikTok, I'd love for you to follow me over there. And I also have a membership and the subscriber thing over on Twitch. So anyway, yeah, come hang out with me in all the places. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call it. We have 13 folks in the giveaway right now. So you guys ready for a winner? Y'all ready? You had that problem with the post office too. The thing is, things happen occasionally. It's not all the time for all the things. But the thing I have the most problem with them is that they don't deliver my mail correctly. But this one about the postage, that really upset me, because I mail stuff out to people. I want them to get it, but charge the correct amount, people. It doesn't make any kind of sense when it's a card in an envelope for you to be trying to charge like $5. Hey, Wendy, you made it just in time, honey. Watch, Wendy will win. Because I was about to hit the button and I hadn't done it yet. Hey, Irma, did you hit exclamation point join to get in on the giveaway? Okay, Jana's in. Awesome. So yeah, if you want a chance to win this card, you need to type in exclamation point join in the chat, because we're about to hit the button. Oh, you left off the exclamation point. Exclamation point at the front. I think you're on your phone. Yeah, phones are not my friend sometimes. Perfect. Perfect. Now you're in there. So we've got 16 folks in the drawing. I'm going to go ahead and hit the button. Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get that one. So you guys can't see it. I'm going to just read it out. Stephanie said, they returned one to me, no such address. It was for the card call for a little girl via Mary Gunn. And I had used the correct address. Yep. Understood. I've actually had, there's one person that I have sent a card to a couple of different, okay, I'll hit the button. I sent a couple of different times Christmas cards and they both got returned. And she says, well, my address is right. My mailman just doesn't like me. So let's see who's going to win this. Miss Deb Titus, fabulous. Okay, if you are on YouTube, honey, well, let me go ahead and put a link in the chat. I need you to claim your prize by hitting that. Barbara, you just missed it. I'm so sorry. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. So, Deb, you go ahead and fill out the form to claim your prize. And if you lost it in the chat, it's also beneath the video here on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and let me pull this back down so we can see the card a little better. And why don't we do a little bit of a zoom? I can zoom in a little bit. One thing I don't like about my camera with its zoom is that it doesn't really, it's a digital zoom, so it gets blurry. But anyway, there is our card for today. And thank you again for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this collection. And like I said, I got a bunch more things with this collection. And this, I fell in love with the embossing folder. I absolutely did. The others are going to take more work. And tips are great. You out. Affiliate of the on new West. That is going to make all your cards absolutely what? Okay. Am I back? Am I back? Okay. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden I had like no feed going out. So I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. And I don't know what you caught me saying or what you didn't, but go ahead and use the affiliate link over here. You can just scan it with your phone and head on over to Spellbinders to get any of your crafty goodies that you want. Combine it with the old stuff you've got with your scraps and see what fun things that you can create. So I will see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. If you're a YouTube member, there is the 4:30 Eastern, 4:30 Eastern members only pre-show. So that's going to be fun. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Go live tomorrow and on Thursday. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And then I have to find the button. I'll see you guys later. Love y'all.